Hello, this is Victor and here with a new painting tutorial, and this time I want to paint this Escher on the camera. So I will show you how I paint this lady. Of course each one will have the individual touch, but in general I want to explain how I will do my work one. So the color scheme I'm going to follow is this one that you see here. The things that can change from woman to woman, and here we have another one that is half painted. So will be of the hair will change from one to another. So I want to give this unique look. The face, the makeup may change from one to another, and also the tabard and some other ornaments. But I will use this dark gray, black, and yellow for the the driving colors. I like to use this type of bronze copper as the for more of the things here. And then I will use, mainly the driving colors will be deep purple and yellow and black. Okay, so I want to give this look of the 90s, 80s. I would say that are inspired on the punk of the 70s and 80s. So I will go for this punk look, and we are going to start painting the flesh. And to paint the flesh, I will use Kislev flesh. Okay, I want to go for quite a pale color. I will, in my Warban, I'm planning to do some with dark skin, not because they have seen the sun, because they are from a different color skin. Okay, so I imagine that they are different. I always imagine that in any wall of Warhammer 40k we are going to find from dark skin to pale skin and any type of colors of skin that we can imagine. Okay, I don't know why we are going only to have one color of skin in a planet. So I will use Kislev flesh. Okay, the one I'm going to do here is going to be with quite a pale skin. And if you are interested to know how I do the dark skin, I can do a tutorial on a weekly painting explaining how to do the dark skin for Escher. So I think it will be a great idea, and I think I will do it for the tutorial in 2 weeks more likely, because I already did the tutorial for the next week. So yeah, in 2 weeks I will put a tutorial how to do dark skin, that I can do it in parallel to this one. So as I say, I will paint the skin. I start painting from the deepest part, and the skin is one of the deepest in that case. And then we are going to go to the most external parts. I assembled everything. Maybe it was a mistake. As you can see, this thing here is in the middle of my painting. It's not helping me to paint. But as I was using them to play, at the end I decided to paint them. Even the ones, I will see how this goes. Even the ones with the rifle in front, I assembled them. So maybe it was a mistake. But at the end I wanted to have at least a nice tabletop, but they are not for display, so I will do the best job I can with the assembled miniatures. It's been for a long time that I don't do that, but as I wanted to play with my wife and I want them assembled and to see how they look like, and yeah, I was thinking to leave them with glue tag, but at the end I decided just to go and glue them, because the weapons are falling, and it's the only thing I did not attach are them to the base. I will not explain the bases. If you're interested in the bases, in one of the previous weekly tutorials I explained how to do the bases, so how I do in general terms. So the bases are already done, and if you're interested to see them, for example, this is the base I can use for this lady. Okay, so here we have the base, so already painted, and I just have to put hair on top once I have done some of the paint job. So yeah, I will apply Kislev flesh as well on the face, and once this is done I will be back for the next color. So the skin is done. Now I'm going to paint the trousers with Cheryl's purple. Okay, as I say, this together with the deep gray and the yellow are the fixed colors, and then the tabard I will do it different for each one of these ladies. So I'm going to apply Cheetos purple on the trousers. Okay, trying to keep the bell unpainted, and yeah, they have very high boots. So I do that, and yeah, we apply here the purple. Okay, the purple have been applied, and now I'm going to apply yellow. What I'm doing now is just to apply the base colors, to have a look how everything is looking like. I will apply the yellow on the knee protections, on the breast as here, okay, and on the back on this type of. I'm going something different than what Games Workshop is doing. I think I'm doing more yellow than Games Workshop, and what I'm applying now is Arial yellow, and we are going to do it in two thin layers. Okay, so it's. Yeah, Arial can have some problems to cover well, so I recommend to do it into thin layers, and yeah, let it dry, and we go to this next knee protection. So what I do is I try to do first the main part. Okay, you see, I will not abuse of the yellow. If it's, just leave it like that and do a second layer later on. You can also apply Avalanche Sunset, but Avalanche Sunset is a little bit awkward, and I really want to go for more. The look I want is this one with this orangey shade. Okay, so. Taking this in mind, this was my, as I said, the one I'm showing was my test model to see how it looks like when everything it's applied. So I went on here. There are different okay. And in my case, I will not do weathering, although I know Games Workshop are doing weathering on this type of armor plates, armor chest plate, or like breast protection. I will not do that because I will think them not as a metallic. I think they should be more like a synthetic type of thing, like a type of polymer or something like that, as we use today is used today for the anti-bullet, or what the police is using and the army is using to protect themselves. So I was thinking more on like maybe it's a hard material. But I'm thinking more that if it's if you the other thing I'm doing now is I have seen that the strokes were visible. I prefer to apply with water and thin the surface. I want to have a thin surface. So if you have applied the paint a little bit too thick, go with water and help yourself to spread a little bit the paint and avoid that the strokes are visible. Okay. So I will do that. As you can see, it's quite transparent. I prefer to go, it's better to go thin and do 2 or 3 layers, especially where it's very dark and where, yeah, here the zenithal did not play, I didn't apply it that well. We are going to need 2 layers, okay? So I do that, and I come back when I have applied the 2 layers of yellow. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Scaven Blight Dink on the parts that we want to leave it black. Okay, I start more and more using deep gray to do the black parts. I want to do black parts, and in this case we are going to apply this on the boots and yeah, on the part of the top and all the parts that we want to leave it black. Okay, so I'm going to do that on all these parts. Okay, we apply scavenging, thin layer as well, try not to overdo, not to put too much. Okay, so I do that and I will be back once it's done. So the black is more or less done, and now I'm going to apply here valor round to do this type of, we'll do like a leopard or jaguar type of pattern on this piece of cloth here. So I will apply first valor brown as the base color. Again a thin layer and just applying now the base colors. So next I'm going to use Emperor Children to the hair. I will go for pink hair in that case. Okay, and I will change the color, but yeah, I will do a couple with pink hair. I will go for really bright colors on the hair. Okay, you have, and then I will also paint this part here. Okay. And again, we go thin, and it's preferable to do 2 layers than 1 thick. Especially on the hair, on all these things, you want to go thin to keep the texture, because you would like to keep the texture to help you then on the shade and everything. So I do that, and I'm back for the next color. Next, I'm going to use Balthasar Gold to do this thing here. I like to use Balthasar Gold to give this bronze gothic look to some devices. Okay, so I will apply this one here, and I will be back, as I said, applying all the base colors to see how all the colors go together. And once all these colors are applied, we will start with the washes, shading, highlights, and so on. So I do that, and I'm back. So next I'm going to use Iron Breaker to do some of the metallic parts. Okay. This means I'm going to touch this type of rivets, or I don't know how to call these things. Okay. And I'm also going to do these parts of the. So we are going to do everything that we want to give this metallic look. Okay, and as I say, maybe it's not looking great now, and it's because we are applying the base colors, but I really want to do that to see how everything will come out together. Okay, I like to keep the weapons in very dark colors and not at the same time not too metallic. Okay, so I do that and I'm back. Now that we have most of the base colors, we will start doing the washes. I will start with the clean, applying Lakeland Flesh Shade. Okay. I'm going to apply this. You can see in the face I paint the mask with the same Balthasar Gold when I did. Here. Be careful with the pink. I don't want to go on the pink with this color. The eyes are catching very well the wash. Okay. So we do that, and then we need to wait that this dries before doing any other step. So this is how it looks like after the wash with regular flesh shade. Okay, it's quite brown. We are going to highlight later on. Now I'm going to do another wash with Nude Oil, especially for the black parts. So we are going to do this on the silver and on the black things. Okay, so we are going to apply Nude Oil. This will give the shading, and I want to do that this shade because it will help me to see how everything starts looking like just before the highlight. Okay, and as I have to paint some details on the glove and all these type of things, I prefer to do first this wash. Always try to use first the duty techniques and then start cleaning up later on. So I will apply this on all the black parts, or the dark gray, I have to say, and silver or metallic or iron or steel or how you want to call it. And on the clothes, I'm going to be careful not to go on the yellow thing. Okay, the cloth on this type of chest plates. Okay, so I do that. On the purple, I will not do the purple. I will only do the bell here on the trousers, and I will leave the purple as it is. And maybe we use later on the Dvachi Violet ink. Okay, it's called Dvachi Violet. But now we focus on the black. This is, I will leave it as well black. Okay, so I do all this black at the legs, and I'm back. So the wash have dry. Well, it's almost dry, but it's ready to be able to do the next steps, and I will do the gepard or leopard or jaguar pattern on the other, on this thing. Okay, what I will do is I will make first, I will do this quite spots with this Morphin brown. Okay, I'm doing this now because I want to do a wash. So you want to do the pattern before doing the wash. Some I will leave it like open circles. Some when I say open circles, I mean something like that. Okay. Other will be more closed circles. The end is, You can also do tiger type of stripes if you want. I think this is enough here. One there. Okay. And now I go with Rhino's hide. Okay, a darker brown. And I go inside this. Oops. Okay. Okay, something like that. And then if you do tiger, so I have done this, you see we have the stripes with this tiger pattern. What I will do is I will also use the same, and this is a bonus for the tutorial. So you see I will do the same inside of the tiger stripes. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to our miniature. So while this is drying, I'm going to use Carlsberg Crimson. Okay, Carlsberg Crimson, and I will apply this on the hair. Okay, to match, but we also can I like to use this to shade the pink. Okay. Okay. Let's use now the Vachi Violet. Let's do a wash on the trousers. Now I realize that I missed to do some spots there. If not, will look weird. We don't have spots on the front, so I go back to. And this can happen that when you do the next step, you realize that you forgot something from the previous steps. Okay, let me put a couple of spots before I forget. Put minus height. Now I will wait that the Vachi Violets completely dry before doing the next step, because I want to avoid that my washes are mixing. So I want to wash things that are next to this. So I wait that now they wash dry, and I'm back to the next step. Okay, next I'm going to use Agax Edge Shade on the brown part. Okay, so I mean on this cloak here, on this tabard, I have to say. Okay, and we have to be careful we don't put so much that the patterns then are not popping up anymore. So here, for example, this is really too much, so we're going to take some out. Okay, and I'm going to play the same on the parts that we want to be cooperish bronze. Okay, I'm going to play it here. We're going to do this part here. And again, we are going to wait the device for doing the next step. But I think I will finalize the first part of the tutorial here, where we are ready now to do detail and highlights. So yeah, this is the first part on the painting of Escher. I'm going to, for this look at the end, so it's going to be quite similar to this one lady here. So I hope you're finding this interesting, entertaining. Let me know, give a comment below, what do you think? And yeah, and if you want to see how this finish, keep tuned, and I will keep posting more, the second part of the tutorial soon. That's all for now. Please give a like if you have liked this video. Let me know what do you think, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.